We back, we back, we back. And Jasmine Crockett still ain't got a job. Foundational Black Americans, let's do this one more damn time. Let's go to work. I found out the culprit. It was Tether Tupac. He said he didn't like the all flies on me joke. You feel me? So he was the one messing with the feed the last time. I heard he was somewhere in the village and he was putting two bushmeat strings together so he can mess up the feed, but he can't stop us because we in the building and you already know, we don't play. Let's go. Y'all can hear me good? I hope so, because there's still a lot of roasting, there's still a lot of G-checking, and there's still a lot of regulating to do, fam. They can mess with it, they can try to twist it and turn it, but they can't stop it because we in here deep. So I see you. I appreciate y'all holding me down. Appreciate the love. You know we're going to come back. I can't end the broadcast with a dusty, musty Tether trying to talk. Hell no. Hell no. We run things. We do the dictating. So we're going to continue to do the dictating, family. That's what it is. I appreciate y'all for holding me down. Y'all know when you're the number one activist, man, you know, there'd be a whole lot of haters out there. There'd be a whole lot of people trying to stop what you got going, but they can't stop it no matter what. This is my country. This is your country. This is our country. And we're going to continue to hold it. This FBA movement, this FBA train will not be pushed aside, but Tethers will, and so will Democratic ops. That part. Where I was going with it, and where we're going to continue to go with it is, quite frankly, fam, these individuals truly believe that they are on a different playing field than foundationals. They really think that they're moving different than foundationals. They really think that what they say goes. And I'm here to tell them, no, the hell it don't. It's all about what we say, and it's all about what we do. And if they don't like it, they already know they can kick rocks. However, I want to point this out to the family, because when I tell everybody that we really be out here putting in work and we really be out here holding it down and they don't believe us, we put receipts on the table. And one of the things that receipts do, it tells you who's real, who's fake, who's certified, who's not, who out here cosplaying, and who the real thing. See, we authentic. Everybody else, they just artificial. So as we was breaking it down and we was telling everybody where we were and what we was on, I want y'all to see this right here as well. This is what I'm talking about the cosplaying. This is what I'm talking about the faking. This is what I'm talking about these individuals trying to be like us, and they can never be like us, but they try. Y'all remember when Jasmine Ratchet was running around here and she was talking about her people built America, right? Y'all remember she said that. She said her people built America, and you know damn well her people are some people who are not from the United States. Y'all look at this right here. This is what I mean when these people watch us, they observe us, they listen to us, and they even try to stop my broadcast, but they all lose in all aspects because we always win. Y'all watch this.
While we may not have the numbers just yet, that doesn't mean that we don't have fight left in our bodies. And so I am going to fight him every step of the way until we get what we deserve, because it was my ancestors that built this motherfucker. Okay, I'm done now.
Because the Supreme Court has paved the way for half the stuff that we see that's going on. Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that. Yes, he is. But in a functioning democracy, he still would not be able to get away with this.
I talk to black folk all the time as somebody that's a child of a preacher. Listen, most black people are not Republicans simply because we just is like, y'all racist. I can't hang out with the KKK in them. That's really what it is. But when we think about
what you call the Democrats and what you call Joe Biden, did Joe Biden not do a eulogy, okay, for a KKK member? All right, was that not his elder? Was that not his mentor? We don't subscribe to one side of supremacy is better. We don't subscribe to playing favorite racists. They want us to play that because in reality, they like both sides. She would be a Republican just as fast as she would be a Democrat because she loved both sides of the Mayo team. You understand? That's just her side. You see, she out there inviting people right there. Y'all see the photo. She inviting folks to slide on down. But foundational Black Americans, we separated. But this is what I mean about our politics, y'all, as we hit the ground running. I mean, when foundational Black Americans start getting political savvy, you start seeing this type of rhetoric right here. This type of rhetoric is toxic to us getting tangibles. It's toxic to us getting paid. It's toxic to our future. This is why we are celebrating the fact that she is going to get thrown out of Congress.
Who we are as Black people, and we think about where we come from, most Black people have very conservative values, right? But the reality is that, like, we just can't side with like the neo-Nazis in them. We not dealing with y'all like that, right?
This is what I mean, fam. They always are trying to make a foundational Black American an either or. They love the either or, fam. We don't do either or with supremacy. That's the main thing that you could always learn in life, fam. Don't you ever play either or, because that's what the dominant society does. They always present to you supremacy on this side or this side. And this side's going to tell you that that side's bad, and that side's going to tell you that this side's bad. In reality, they both are. It's independent. It's straight down the lane. It's down the middle. Easy. That's the way that you got to function when you're dealing with the system of supremacy. Don't play no games where one is better than the other. And that's what the Democrats been trying to do. Notice that they're always blind to any form of supremacy that's coming from a liberal. A liberal can right now say the N-word 1 billion times, and they're going to make excuses for him. A liberal right now could assault Black folks. They're going to make excuses for him. Joe Biden to do something racist, and they'll be like, we didn't see what we saw when we thought we did, right? Donald Trump will say something. They'll spin it into racism if they got to. This is why right now out there in Washington, D.C., we understand that that is a collaboration between both parties, all right? The same exact way right now, nobody's coming to help her. The same exact way how right now she getting called out and she all the way in the field. And foundational Black Americans is pulling out all her paperwork. Like we said, her paperwork is filthy. Her paperwork is trash. Her paperwork ain't no good. This was Governor Abbott, and Governor Abbott came out and he said that if those Democrats that we spoke about earlier don't show up, then those Democrats are going to end up getting fired or removed from their seats. Same exact thing. Fired means removed. Removed means fired. Okay, everybody? It's the same thing. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. This is what we mean. So now this is going back to what we were highlighting, the fact that these individuals going to have to choose. You're going to have to choose between your political career, or you're going to have to choose with all that sister girl talk. I expect that Jasmine Crockett is going to come out and she's going to start pleading and begging with people to play nice. She's going to start pleading and begging with people to be friendly with her, because she understands the help that she thought she was going to get ain't there. The help she thought was on its way ain't coming. Foundational Black Americans, we sitting it out. Now, like we said, everybody's got to deal with a world where they're getting the real end of the stick that weighs on our side and not anyone else's. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Okay, so now you're seeing that happen, and we are gatekeeping, and that is bad for them. A gatekeeping foundational Black American, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare for all of them. You already seen Karen run up on her. She ain't had no smoke for that. You already seen Billy Bob throw her on the bus. She ain't got no smoke for that. It seems like she only runs her mouth about things that she can't ever present. And when we talk about things that she can't present, let me tell you something that she's been trying to talk about, but she ain't really been adding up. Do you know that every single politician in America will be judged off of one thing by foundational Black Americans? I'm going to tell you what that is. You're going to be judged by that. Y'all look at y'all screen right there. Look at your screen and you'll know what I mean. Jasmine right there for U.S. That's her tag. That's her at. Where's her reparations plan? Where's her reparations plan? Where's it at? Where's it at? Hold on. Wait. Oh, hold on, FBA. Wait a minute. We in the building. Let me address this. What you say right here? I may not agree with all of her rhetoric, but you sound ridiculous too. Why are you celebrating what Republicans are trying to do in Texas? Hold on. Oh, I'm glad you came. I got an answer for that. Let me finish that on up. I got a good answer for you. I am FBA and do not align with either party. It sounds like you do. Sounds like you're aligning very much well with it. Sounds like you're aligning with Democrats. That's what it sounds like to me. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you how we play the game. We're not celebrating what they're doing. We're celebrating the fact that an individual who has no reparations plan, there you go right then and there, who ain't ever done nothing for foundational Black Americans, there you go right then and there. We celebrating the fact that the chickens done came home to roost, all right? And the butter biscuits ain't got no frosting on them. That's what it is. You understand? We know damn well that foundational Black Americans have been standing on business for the longest amount of time. I'll keep it all the way real with you. We can rock. We can go all the way down the line, okay? certified foundational Black Americans, we're not picking either side. You see how I just said a million times that FBA are on foundational Black American side and we're not either or in any of this? Did y'all not hear me say that a million times? FBA is not picking a side when it comes to these political parties. And this individual still says, why are we celebrating like we're celebrating Republicans? You see, even when we say we're not on a side, people still try to force us to be on one. Y'all notice that, family? Even when you say that you're not rocking with the political parties, even when you say you on your own accord, somebody still believes that you got to be a Republican. You sound like a Trump supporter. You sound like a damn Republican. No, I sound like a foundational Black American who's watching the way the game is played. Isn't it funny how Democrats and Republicans can work together against foundational Black Americans? Brown folks, people of color folks, minorities, tethers, they can all work together against foundational Black Americans. The 1 minute a foundational Black American such as me, myself, and I says, good what you're doing, Abbott, good what you're doing, Trump. Y'all go ahead and get Jasmine Crockett out the paint because Jasmine Crockett's been the main one putting bad business on foundational Black Americans' table. Then it's, you sounds like a Trump supporter or you celebrating it. Damn that. Hell no. Out the door. Absolutely. If you's a fan of hers, just say you a fan of hers. If you rocking with her, just say you rocking with her. Because what it seems like is people run this low-key protection. They low-key are out there trying to kind of protect her, and they really want to stop us from critiquing her, but they don't want to just come out and say it because they'll expose themselves as the op. Hell no. It's Democrats and Republicans, foundational Black Americans in the middle. And if those two groups over there get into a little, spat amongst themselves, good. It's my job to cheerlead foundational Black Americans. It's not my job to cheerlead the Democrats or the Republicans. That's really how it is. So no, we don't give a damn. Hell no. Nope. Nope. You damn right I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate anybody who's disrespected my lineage getting they just do. You absolutely positively correct. Guilty as charged. Okay. That's exactly what it is. Because remember, these folks don't have no type of decorum for us. So therefore, we ain't got to deal with nothing that they say. That's just what it is. It's FBA and I say so. That's how the game goes. So, yeah, we understand, again, for the millionth time, because remember, like I told y'all, family, these individuals know how we feel. These individuals know what we're saying. They just want to twist it and turn it like we're not saying what we're saying. All right. They know exactly how it is. Absolutely. Yeah. These right here are the same ones on the same damn pedestal. So FBA is watching it. And the more we watch it and the more we examine the way that these individuals are playing the game and the way that they're functioning, you can see clear as day that they have played the game with supremacy, and supremacy always breaks their tools. That's exactly what they do. And you see a lot of these low-key Democrats that just don't want to let go. Listen, the plantation is over, all right? You never had to be on the plantation in the first place. But if you want to stay on the plantation, that's you. Don't get mad at us because we don't want to be on the plantation. We will not be on the plantation. We don't give a damn about the plantation. But you're not going to drag FBA on the plantation so we can get to playing these games. We see and we hear everything. No longer does everybody else get a pass to do and say as they please the FBA, but foundational Black Americans got to play by some imaginary rules that don't nobody else got. Hell no. It don't work that way. It's FBA all day. They're going to learn the FBA way sooner or later. And when I tell y'all they're going to learn the FBA way sooner or later, there's one thing that we got to be very cautious, fam. We got to be cautious of people trying to tangle our words. Y'all seen right there where that individual was trying to tangle my words, right? Why are we celebrating Trump? Why are we celebrating? I'm FBA and I'm not that way. They love saying things like, I'm FBA and I don't do that. They feel if they say they're FBA, they get some type of validity, some type of brownie points, some type of clout. First off, I don't know if you're FBA. Second off, if I was somebody who was not FBA, but was trying to hustle FBA, I would say that I'm FBA. Fam, we watching everybody. Paperwork getting snatched on the whole world. So you got to be cautious of the way these people use our terminologies. I already showed you on part one of this broadcast how Roland Martin was doing it. I also showed you how Jasmine Crockett was trying to do it. And now I'm going to show you how certain individuals are popping up and they're trying to misconstrue and conflate what FBA is saying. This is how you have to move, okay? This is how we're doing it. What FBA says, FBA means verbatim. Not your remix, not your twist, not your tangle, not your turn. Because now they're trying to military our movement. They're trying to make us look like a bunch of militant Negroes. Watch this right here. I don't know who this brother is, but I'm going to tell you right now. This is what you got to be very cautious of when you see individuals talking like this guy right here. Y'all let me know about the way these people get to talking. Watch this.
Yeah, they talk a lot of shit about us foundational Black Americans. but it ain't nobody like us ever in the history of planet Earth. You can go to another planet, you'll never find nobody like us. Might find us, but you'll never find nobody like us. It ain't nobody that been through the struggle that we've been through. It ain't nobody that, ain't no group of people ever went into another place as slaves and ended up running that place, ended up dictating the culture of that place. And it ain't never happened. Foundation of Black Americans, we have the whole entire African DNA inside of us.
Nah, yeah, hold up, bruh. Hold up, brozo. Wait. Nah, family. Brother's starting to get a little strange with his words, y'all. Getting a little strange with his words. I know y'all heard that right there. See, this is where we got to be cautious now. He's talking about choosing being FBA. I feel where brother's coming from, and it sounds prideful, but it also sounded real funny style. We got to make sure the message is clear. Watch what the brother says. You're going to see a lot of these pride videos. Don't say we got the whole Africa DNA in us. Don't do that. Hold on.
Black Americans. But it ain't nobody like us ever in the history of planet Earth. You can go to another planet, you'll never find nobody like us. Might find us, but you'll never find nobody like us. It ain't nobody that been through the struggle that we've been through. It ain't nobody that, ain't no group of people ever went into another place as slaves and ended up running that place, ended up dictating the culture of that place.
We didn't go into this as slaves, bruh. Nah, we didn't go into this as slaves. Nah, no. Well, I'm seeing the tether alerts. Yeah, that was real. We got to be cautious, fam. Remember, FBA, we could say that we like pancakes. Somebody gonna say why you hate waffles. You got to be very cautious of this type of terminology. We came in as slaves and we got all the African DNA in us. And we really like some big Africans if you really think about it, ain't we? Brother, sister, ain't we African? I mean, I'm African. I know y'all African. Ain't we really African? We've never said that. We've never said that. So we got to be cautious of that right there.
And it ain't never happened. Foundation of Black Americans, we have the whole entire African DNA inside of us, inside this one country. We got the whole continent of Africa inside of us. All of they best, they tallest, they shortest.
No, we don't, bro. No, the hell we don't. Where the hell did you get that one from? No, the hell we don't. This man losing me, fam. I'm gonna be 100 with you. He lost me. We got all of Africa in us? Nah, no, the whole continent? He didn't even say some of the continent. This man was like, we got it all in us. We got the left end or the right side. We got all Africa in us now. No, we don't.
They brightest minds, they fastest runners, all of that. We got all of that inside of us. We are the greatest of Africa expressing themselves. You understand me? What? We are the greatest of African expression pushed out.
Oh, what? No, hell no. Man, I'm trying to be nice because brother sound like he really feel that way. But no. This man going full Africa, fam. Fam, this is op talk. I thought it was maybe just misguided and undecided. This is starting to sound very op talkish to me. All right. This man said we got all the Africa, all the DNA inside of us. We just some big ass Africans walking up the block. Nah, bruh.
So it ain't nobody nowhere that can compare to us. All of the immigrants that come over here that look at us and be like, oh, they lazy or this, that, and the third. If you can leave your country and go to another country, then you are in the top 20% of your country. So you can't compare your top 20% to just the average FBA. You got to compare your top 20% to our top 20%. And when you do that, it ain't even no comparison. You understand me? I'm talking about Caribbean countries, African countries, ain't no comparison. And if you compare just a regular run-of-the-mill average Caribbean or Jamaican or whatever, or African, to just our average FBA, it ain't no comparison. We blowing them out the water. You understand me? So LBA, don't let these folks, you know what I'm saying? Like these folks, they might look like you. They not you. They not you. It ain't nobody.
You just said that you were them though, bruh. Like, you got to be cautious now, because now you're starting to see that spin real good, right? Now you're starting to see a lot of people making these FBA videos, but they taking it down the block. Bro took it all the way up the block. This is why I'm seeing a lot of y'all saying that's tether-ish. Y'all getting some real tether vibes from some of that, or just op who don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Both are bad. Neither one of them is really what we talking. Foundationals, we ain't running around here saying we're the best of Africa. See, that completely separates what we've been saying. That completely goes on the opposite of how foundational Black Americans truly been moving. We not been moving out here talking about we the best of Africa. It's just not what we've been saying. What we have been saying is that we are American, foundational Black American, which means there's no African over here on this side. All right. One doesn't stay in a place for their whole existence and then people try to put an African jacket on you. That African jacket is not accepted. We don't wear it. We don't want it. We ain't going to have it. So no, that's the difference between us and them. That's the difference between the way we're moving. And that's just the difference by the way that we're functioning as certified foundationals. The play's got to be very strong, because there's always going to be somebody here to twist your words and tangle. You see what we're doing? We're getting rid of those politicians like Jasmine. We're getting rid of these people who just babble. We're getting rid of those you sound like a Trump supporter. All of that's got to go. And the reason why that's got to go, y'all, is because now these people are trying to misconstrue the movement because the movement's so strong. They can't stop foundational Black Americans from being foundational Black Americans. So the next step in which they're trying to do, y'all, they're really out here trying to get us to not be us. And they're trying to militant us and make us look like we're this militant group. That's really what they're doing. They know FBA is a lineage, but they prefer to always say that we're a group. They know foundational Black Americans don't have a leader, but they're always trying to say you got a leader. They know exactly what we are, and they know exactly how it goes. Why? Because we make it clear. But they're always going to try to spin it. And all these people now who are trying to say, you sound like a Trump supporter and you sound like this. First off, tell them, if I was a Trump supporter, and what? What you want me to be, a Joe Biden supporter? That's that either or talk. But the fact that they can't wrap their mind around that foundational Black Americans play it down the middle, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I mean, and that's exactly what we're saying. So you got to be very cautious of these naysayers out here who are trying to run that game. And when I say running game, fam, this is another thing that they've been doing. They've been out here having a lot of little hustles, scams, schemes, and strategies that they've been trying to push off on the FBA culture that just quite frankly aren't going to work. One of the scams that they've been trying to use is obviously bringing in all these different immigrants, but they're always trying to make FBA take some type of fall for it. They always want foundational Black Americans to be the one to wear the jacket. That's what it is. It's this whole game of trying to get us to wear the jacket for things that need not apply, right? Y'all look at this. There's been a lot of schemes and scams, and this is what I've been trying to show y'all before it went haywire, but we back. Did y'all see the story of the Black woman fired after exposing co-workers for selling driver's license to illegal immigrants for $200 family? Did I not tell the world that it's foundational Black Americans who were the main ones who were out here completely exposing the immigrant crisis? Remember, there would be no deportations if it wasn't for FBA. There would be no closed borders if it wasn't for FBA. This story came out and it shows you when we start calling out immigrants, then all of a sudden, these different groups start to try to form Tether Voltron on us to try to stop it. Watch this.
What was going on?
The undocumented workers would come into the office in groups. They would provide them either permits or driver's license illegally. So they will bypass without even taking the test.
How much?
$200 person.
Up to 5 times a day, she says. Was this an everyday thing?
Almost, yes.
I first reported on the driver's license fraud investigation in April after getting my hands on one of the state's revocation letters. We learned the transportation cabinet sent more than 1,500 of them in 5 months, telling drivers their license was issued in error and must be returned or they could be criminally charged. At the time, state officials confirmed at least 2 terminations, and ongoing state and federal investigations focused on the NIA Center in West Louisville and the E-Town license branch. But they denied all of our records requests, withholding 2,300 documents on the fraud. Mormon's story fills in the blanks.
I found out it may have been going on for a couple of years before it was found out.
We're told it wasn't as simple as people getting state-issued driver's license. Or permit without taking a test. She says 2 of her colleagues at the NIA Center
sign in.
Two of her colleagues at the NIA Center approached her with a business venture, asking if she wanted to get in on the scheme.
I was asked to bring certain customers in, and they are brought in to me without sign in. And you would scan the documents as usual.
Documents made to look legitimate, like birth certificates and social security cards, according to the letter she wrote to the state. But a key to pulling off this scheme was making sure the required Homeland Security screening was never run.
I started getting these emails saying, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this?
And that's where it unraveled. She says those workers were using her login, a password she says her bosses made her share, as all workers at the driver's license branch did not have their own. Mormon was training to be.
You know what, fam? I'm trying to see what city that is in, fam, because they didn't list that city. I think I heard that it was somewhere on the East Coast, if I'm not mistaken, like maybe Florida or I think maybe Virginia. That's what I kind of remember them saying. But y'all see how they've been playing that, right? And you see it's been us, because these people love bringing in different people. They love bringing in outsiders. They love bringing in people that they feel can go above foundational Black Americans, that these people can jump over foundational Black Americans. That's what they love to do. They love to do that, but we're not going for it. So we are the ones out here really, genuinely, truly exposing it. And anything anybody else says is all cap. It's all a lie. Okay, that's the difference, like I said before, between foundational Black Americans and the rest. Everyone knows that we're moving differently, and we expose them tick for tack, person for person. It don't matter who you are, no matter where you're from. If you're disrespectful to the lineage and you out here cosplaying, then we're going to see you. But you can see that. Yeah, I think VA. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it was VA. And you see that a lot. Exactly. That's why we call it ICE. That's exactly why we call it ICE. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that they're afraid of. They're absolutely afraid of FBA not moving the way they want us to move. They're absolutely afraid of foundational Black Americans not falling in line. See, if you fall in line with what they're trying to get you to do, then you're going to fall behind. Remember that, fam. Falling in line is falling behind, especially when you're dealing with these supremacists. And the fact that we're so ahead, it lets you know we're not following behind. We're not following behind. We're watching every single person crash out. And the main ones that you see crashing out are the main ones that need to be crashing out. It's the main ones that should be crashing out. It's the main ones that we've been knowing are exactly who they've been since day one. All of them are ops until further notice. Y'all remember I was telling everybody that. They're ops until further notice. We identify them as ops until further notice, and they're going to stay that way. And there's a hell of a lot of ops out here that have been trying to get foundational Black Americans, you know, to fall for whatever they want, but it just ain't working. You know, you got this dude out here. What's that guy's name? Is his name Conscious Fleet? Right, Conscious Fleet, right? He was one of those guys running around here trying to get foundational Black Americans to go vote for the Democrats blindly. Found out that wasn't going to work. And y'all know when we said there's a lot of funny style things going on up there. And anytime the Democrats see something happen, see, let me tell you why it's so easy to expose a Democrat. I'm going to tell you why it's so easy to expose them. It's easy to expose somebody who proclaims to care so much about your condition, but they've never did anything to better your condition, even when they're in the situation in which they can do it. So if you notice, the main thing going on right now with this Washington D.C. situation is that they're hell-bent on trying to convince foundational Black Americans that, see, they getting y'all. Remember, the Democrats want us to have to deal with things. They love it. Why? It's because they can try to benefit off of it. We have a political system where one party truly benefits off of our pain and our suffering. This is why they always put the faces of Black Americans who've been unalived in their campaign stickers. You've seen it. I've seen it. We all know it. This is what they do. So they're using the situation in Washington, D.C. as a means to be like, we said they was going to get y'all. No. Because, and I'm going to be real. Nobody wants to say this. Yeah, I'm seeing some videos out there. But family, a lot of these people look like tethers. I'm going to be honest with you. I know people didn't want to hear that. But a lot of them folks that they snatching up look like tethers to me. A lot of them do. Because there's a lot of tethers up there. I know personally when I was in D.C. This right here was this Conscious Fleet guy. And he was talking. And he starts going through these pictures. And family, a lot of these people look like they tethers. Y'all watch this and observe and tell me what you think.
This was posted on the White House Twitter page to justify the multi-agency task forces in the streets of Washington, D.C., justifying military being deployed on American citizens. And you see what face they got right there. That man got failure to appear for trial on American citizens.
I don't know, man. I'm getting tether vibes. I'm getting tether vibes right there, family. Let's go down.
Face they got right there. That man got failure to appear for trial on assault offense. And that's the reason why the National Guard is out there. Look at all the faces. Look at their charges. This is what's going on.
a lot of these people look like tethers. Okay, so a lot of people are thinking that. Okay, I feel y'all. See, boy, we be on the same page, don't we? Man, we be on the same page as foundationals. Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing, y'all. A lot of these people look like damn tethers. A lot of them do. And they keep trying to run these people in front of us. Like, whoa, they going to get you now. And we don't know. And it could be them. And if you watch it now, I said that they was coming after y'all. But you can see right there, it looked like tethers in action.
In our country right here. I've never, ever thought that the citizen status of black people was going to stop the American government from robbing us of our civil liberties, because the history of America tells us.
Why are you talking about? Look at this dude up here. Look at this dude up here. Fam, look at this. Man, a bunch of these are tethers. These are tethers that they trying to pass off as black folks. Remember, they've been doing that. They've been running around here saying, man, black Americans, them is just like us.
Because the history of America tells us they will always already figure out a way to criminalize our body and existence to justify the hyper-policing. Even the black dude right here. But Operation Making D.C. Safe and Beautiful, this man got arrested for unauthorized use of a vehicle, and that's what they're using to justify the multitask agency effort.
What? Unauthorized use of a vehicle? Yeah, the dude's probably an illegal and he got arrested. So, y'all cool with illegal crime because the Democrats are.
Fund education to defund the lessons. We supposed to know that in order for you to be able to deploy the military, there's supposed to be some type of state of emergency. You fabricated a narrative around crime when crime has been on its historical low for the last 30 years in DC, and that's what you're justifying. I'm legal. I got my papers. I'm a citizen. Says whom? When in American history has blackness not been pathologized as being criminal? So when we start talking about individuals being criminal and being illegal, when it came to immigration, that was already creating a climate for them to put on your black ass. It's not an aha gotcha.
No, yeah. That's what you're trying to do, conscious flea. Listen, okay, first off, all right, a flea can't talk to me, all right? And that's why, dude, somebody told me he's still ducking fades from FBA, all right? That's what he be doing. He be out there with his little Latino white wife and ducking fades. That's what they do. Listen, notice that whole thing was littered with black Americans. It was all littered with us. He didn't say anything about just Americans. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Isn't it funny that whenever we talk about reparations, they say everybody. Whenever we start talking about tangibles, they say everybody. Whenever we start talking about business loans, they say everybody. But whenever it comes down to something that the Republicans do that's racist, then it's just black folks. How come always when it's bad, it's just us? But when it's good, it's share with the world. You see what I'm talking about? You should be making that video, Mr. Flea, about everybody. How come you don't have all that everybody talk that you're always everybody talking about whenever FBA wants something? Whenever black Americans say that we want something, then out of nowhere, they start talking this talk of, well, what we gonna do is we gonna give it to the whole world, okay? Then how about you talk about how everybody, because I sat there and simply seeing a Mexican dude and it looked like a bunch of tethers getting rounded up. So how come you don't talk about them in terms of this assault? How come it's just black folks? I'm going to tell you why. Every single thing is all about black folks trying to vote for the Democratic Party. They constantly keep trying to get black Americans to go vote blue no matter who. They'll use it. It don't matter. Trayvon Martin to them is not a black teenager who was unalive. It's a vote blue no matter who. Mike Brown, not a black teenager. Sandra Bland, not a black woman. All they see is vote blue no matter who. There are a lot of tethers there, and they use it. Nobody loves pain and suffering of black people more than Democrats, straight up and down. I'm going to say this. You use that same energy for that we are the world talk. When I say I want some damn reparations, you use that same we are the world energy when it comes to Washington, D.C. Because what you're seeing is the Democrats and the Republicans are working together. The Democrats and the Republicans are playing, I create the mess and I'll give you the cleanup. The Democrats and the Republicans are, I'll go out there and go lock up black folks so MAGA's happy. And then all the Democrats say, good, you go ahead and do that. And then I'll come in and tell black folks how it's so bad and you need to vote for me come the midterms. This is nothing more than the midterms. This is what it is. They are out here trying to midterm us so we can go vote blue and it ain't going to happen. This is why they're really upset. Family, they're very, very afraid. They're very afraid because that's supposed to work. That right there is supposed to have black folks up in arms. You notice, man, black Americans, we not really tripping off of what's going on today. A lot of brothers and sisters is like, yeah, we see it happening. We know what's going on, but ain't it just another day in America? Ain't this just another day in the United States, fam? Haven't foundational black Americans been on this type of time all the damn time? They keep trying to hit us with this something new is going to happen. And FBA keeps saying, no, everything has been that way. it's not really working, and it's starting to have a back effect. And I keep saying, just deport them. See, we're not supposed to be sitting here right now saying those look like tethers. We're supposed to all be sitting here saying, man, they coming to get us. That's what black folks would have did with the African Americans. But the foundationals, we're not doing none of that. We like, nah, you on your own. And you know what's happening to prove the fact that conscious flee, okay, and to show you that the whole Democratic Shield organization is crashing out over this, is that these people ended up losing their sanctuary status because of a lot of this. Tom Sydenham came out, and I want y'all to see how there's a low-key backfiring effect on what's going on with this situation. Y'all watch this and see how what they thought was going to work ain't really working.
I think D.C. under federal control is not going to be sanctuary city. We're working with the police hand in hand. We encounter a criminal illegal alien that we turned over to ICE. And that's the way it should be. I mean, I'm not saying every illegal alien in D.C. is a criminal, but many are. So these are people who don't focus on it. Illegal alien criminal safety threat in D.C. is not going to be protected. There's no sanctuary for these people in the city of D.C. I think D.C. under federal control is not going to be sanctuary city. We're working with the police hand in hand. And we encounter a criminal illegal alien that we turned over to ICE. And that's the way it should be. I mean, I'm not saying every illegal alien in D.C. is a criminal, but many are. So these are people who don't focus on it. Illegal alien criminal safety threat in D.C. is not going to be protected. There's no sanctuary for these people in the city of D.C.
What ended up happening is now the sanctuary status of D.C. is lightweight getting stripped away. So this situation that the Democrats want to be on Black Americans now is putting a hyper focus on the illegals. And the more that we start calling it out and saying, man, them look like a bunch of illegals getting snatched up. Them look like a bunch of tethers getting snatched.
Under federal control, not
family. What that's doing is that's making them go back and look and see, we just can't win. Every time they try to make an issue about us and it's truly not about us, what that's doing is making these people fold. Going, damn, we keep trying to make these individuals think that the world is coming after them, but they're just too smart. Right now, family, we're outclassing them. We're outclassing all of these different people. Every last one of these people are getting outclassed by foundational Black Americans. They really are. And that's a good thing, because all of the ratings from ICE and everything that's been going on with trying to get these people out of America, that hasn't slowed down. That ain't slowed down at all. And a lot of these tethers have been more in the spotlight now than they were just before. So what do you call that? What do you see that as? What do you expect that? Family, that ain't nothing but FBA energy. That ain't nothing but foundational Black Americans. So what I'm trying to tell you is trying to put the spotlight on foundational Black Americans with DC is really ended up putting the spotlight on a lot of tethers and deportation and the sanctuary city status. So you failed again. Foundational Black Americans win again, and foundational Black Americans will keep winning. That's just what we do. That's just who we are. And everybody, and I mean everybody, is just starting to have to deal with it, accept it, acknowledge it. Now, let me get back to this dusty, musty tether I was telling everybody about, okay? Because now a lot of these tethers are getting bold, right? A lot of these tethers are coming out here saying Black Americans don't influence us, and Black Americans, we don't follow them. This was the dusty tether I was trying to get at, all right? And tethers are very, very afraid right now. Black American culture is overrated. Apparently, he thinks hairlines are overrated as well. But y'all watch this right here. And this is what I mean by tethers just don't ever learn. And if you don't ever learn, you're going to have some trouble. Watch this.
I've been seeing some videos. So I've been seeing some videos where Black Americans are distancing themselves from Africa, right? They are basically saying that they are not Africans, that they are indigenous to America. And the thing that they point to is the fact that Black Americans are popular in the world when it comes to entertainment, right? And they make it seem as though their global reach is because there are some like special people that have this like secret sauce that no other African in the world has. This phenomenon is literally the embodiment of house slave mentality, right? The house slave that gets to live in the house.
What do you know about that? Again, what do these people know about slavery or anything, family? What do these people know about what foundational Black Americans go? This is another tether trying to tell us our history. Notice that this is like the people who stay in the house. This is like the people who can't come outside. This is like the people who just don't understand. You see how now they're trying to tell us about Black American culture? Why doesn't he tell us about African colonization? Which year, which decade, which century do you want to choose from? We want to pick any century, fam. We can easily find it. Oh, because you don't want to talk about that because you want to talk about FBA. Again, foundationals, we are right. Are you?
Starts to think they are better than the other slaves, quote unquote. The house, bro. American exceptionalism, American soft power and hard power around the world, right? How America imposes its will globally. So Black Americans are very close in proximity to America compared to every other Black person globally.
We're close in proximity to America. No, it's called We Built America. We're from America. Notice that he still won't say that foundational Black Americans are American. See, he's trying to still leave a little wiggle room where he can be an American. You got to watch that, fam. We seeing everything. We diagnose it all. He's still trying to make it look like foundational Black Americans are just near America and we're kind of close to it. He doesn't ever mention that foundational Black Americans are American. Foundational Black Americans built America, and foundational Black Americans are the most American. That's what they don't like, fam. They don't like FBA Black Americans being more American than white Americans. They don't like that at all. Oh, no. Because when they see America and everything that America has, they see mommy and daddy. They see mommy and daddy from America. They don't like the fact that Black Americans are the most American people. Oh, no, that it's hard to accept. That throws off the way that these people view the world. They view greatness as the dominant society, and they view America as the dominant society. So for them to view Black Americans as the most American people who are from the soil here in America, oh, that throws them off too much. Oh, they can't accept that. I'm telling you now, family, they cannot and they will not accept the fact that foundational Black Americans are the Americans. They don't like that at all. So this is why he's trying to low-key be like, well, you know, they feel like the house is the house and they feel like they are the ones. They don't feel like. What you mean feel like? What you mean what? Foundational Black Americans, we are the Americans. Foundational Black Americans built America, and foundational Black Americans, we maintain and sustain this country. So that is what we're talking about. But remember, they only make those because we are on code. That's how it is. But fam, I've been wanting to show you all this. This is what I mean. They're still in recruiting, okay? There's a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts, but I want y'all to understand they're still in the recruiting process where they're trying to get foundational Black Americans to put on the cape. There ain't no damn capes for nobody. Look at this, y'all. Do y'all know that they were running around here trying to get FBA on board with this? Man, I've been wanting to show y'all this for a second. Look at this. This is our fight. The targeting of Black immigrants and Black citizens. Look at this right here. Haitians look like Black Americans. Black Americans look like Haitians. This allows Trump to deploy the military against all Black people under the guise of immigration enforcement in one of the largest Black cities in the U.S. Not just about immigration. Vowed to end birthright citizenship. Revoking it would restore the Dred Scott precedent. What? Reopen mass detention plans for Rex 84 and Operation Gardens plot. Fuels white replacement lie calling immigrants a threat to our blood. Today, it's Black immigrants. Tomorrow, it's Black citizens. Man, boy, they out here reaching, ain't they? They out here reaching. They out here reaching hard, right? They want foundational Black Americans to come save them at every single element, every door. They want FBA to just turn up and say, okay, we got you, dog. Come on in. No, we're not coming on in. No. This is what they're using with Washington, D.C., though. That's what I want everybody to notice. This is the same thing that they're trying to run on us in D.C. They're trying to run this game of, see, they coming after everybody. And if they go after everybody, it's only natural they come after us. Man, man, I'm telling y'all, they gonna get us all. No. Fear mongering. Absolutely, my sister, my good sister. Absolutely. Nothing but fear mongering. That's what they do. That's what they're on. You nailed it, my sister. Absolutely 110%. Fear mongering to the maximum. But it's just not working. It's just not working. You know why? Because we're not scared. We're not scared. The system requires foundational Black Americans to be afraid. The system requires foundational Black Americans to assist. The system requires foundational Black Americans to be there for everybody, to see yourself as everyone else. We don't do none of that no more, so they don't have anything anymore. It's as simple as that. We can't make it up. All right. I understand the fact that these people need us and we don't need them. Boy, they don't like that either. That's something that they cannot stand, y'all. They cannot stand the fact that foundational Black Americans don't need them, but they need foundationals. It's not my fault that your goals require me. It's not my fault that my goals don't give a damn about you. You see, this is what they've been doing. This is another one. Y'all watch this. Y'all probably seen this one floating around as well, trying to destiny swap or destiny intertwine. Look at this that they've been putting in circulation. America is stolen land, Tonto, built by people who were stolen from their land. Y'all see what they did there? Tell me y'all caught that. Tell me y'all caught what they was trying to do right there. Are they not trying to make it look like foundational Black Americans are visitors and Tonto's here? That is them, again, trying to push the main thing of foundational Black Americans coming over here and just jumping in and not really being certified. That's what it is. All right. Still trying to put us in the visitor category. Okay. You seen that, Breeze? Okay. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They stay trying to run this right here. Why do they got to do this, fam? It's because everything that we've been doing, quite frankly, has been putting them out of business. This is the elements of people who are out of business, out of luck, out of hope, nowhere to go. You got to start posting these things. And once again, Black folks ain't rocking with that. That ain't moving no foundational Black American. No FBAs out here saying, that's true now. Man, that's a good thing. We all is ones together. That's that. They is us. That's what that is, fam. That's that they is us. That's what they've been doing. And that they is us. Y'all notice they is trying it, but they is failing because no the hell we not. Big difference between the two of them. And we've been over here really letting the world know that FBA, we are our own exclusive lineage, heritage, and culture. Everybody else, quite frankly, fam, are just here. Everyone else, quite frankly, fam, is just around. Foundational Black Americans, we on a whole different playing field. I mean, a whole different one. And that's a good thing. And the reason why it's a good thing, because it goes to show you that the more we stand on this certified business and the more we stand on certified time, they have no other choice but to fall all the way to hell back. And that's exactly what they're doing. They falling all the way to hell back, and FBA is in the front. That's how the game is supposed to be. You understand? So think about it. I want y'all to think about it. Democrats ain't working. We can give you 100 lies. I'll give you right now 152 lies the Democrats done told, and FBA don't believe one, right? Tethers can come up with 159 lies. FBA don't believe none of them. We see them before they coming. So when the Democrats can't hustle us and we hustle them, what does that do to the game? When the Tethers can't hustle us and we hustle them, what does that do to the game? The game has been changed and rearranged, and it's in our image, okay? It's everything. I mean, I don't care where you're at, where you're from. If you're moving in the United States of America, you're moving on FBA time. Yes, and I'm talking about as a lineage, heritage, and culture. That's what it is. You can't fool us. We're just too powerful. We're too much on one accord to be out here getting played and to be out here getting twisted around. While they got a lot of problems on their own. See, this is why right here on the Black Oak, we always highlight the very fact that these individuals are having delineation amongst themselves. Or shall I say, these individuals are out here getting it in on their own. Let's go on over to Africa real quick and let me show y'all what's going on over there. Because they don't like the fact that we can put some of their receipts on the table. And they don't like the fact that we hearing that y'all not getting along with yourselves too damn much. Nope. We've been hearing that y'all ain't really agreeing with yourselves too damn much. Nope. So why are you worrying about my delineation when you got your own separation going? Watch this.
We want Nigerians to go back to their country. Ghana is for us. Ghana is not for any foreigner. No Igbo man can come to this country and intimidate us. This country belongs to us. now. Thank you.
Look at this, fam. The Guyanan youth leads a massive protest against all Nigerians. Wait a minute. So this ain't even the South Africa one, which ain't the same as the Kenyan one. I told y'all they have mass protests about immigration and deportations over in Africa right now. Only difference is they mad as hell. They mad. You don't need be here. You need leave. We not want you here now. Go home. But this ain't the same as the one in South Africa, which ain't the same as the one in Kenya, which ain't the same as the one in Nigeria. All across Africa, there is an immigration crisis, and these people are turning the hell up. Look at that. Send the criminals back. And yeah, y'all making a point. Y'all notice all this is in English? This is all in English, ain't it? They making a whole lot of English statements. But look, though. Look, family. Remember I told you on the last broadcast, this part two, and we liver than ever. What did I tell you before? I said their youth is running around here talking about sending people home. Their youth is running around here saying we not the same. Don't let these people try to tell foundational Black Americans how bad we are when you look at them and they out here practicing all types of xenophobia.
I don't know. When I think we can't be dealing with the rate of criminals that we are having in Ghana and be dealing with Nigerians to grow. So Nigerians must the politicians have to do something about it.
The Nigerians must go, and the politicians better do something about it. Sound like y'all xenophobic over there in Ghana.
If they know that they are taking money from Nigerians, they better repent it and do something about it. And the immigration, they should stop giving Nigerians Ghana passports. They should stop.
She said stop giving them bush meat. She said she want all the bush meat to eat. She don't want nothing else. Look at this man in the back. Look at Mr. Mutombo 57. Mr. Mutombo, he mad. All I see is he said something about health, mass prostitute. God damn. They blaming prostitution on the Nigerians. Y'all see this right here? They blaming prostitution. He got a sign that says no prostitution. Look at this, y'all. These individuals is out here turning the hell up over there, kicking out the damn Nigerians from Ghana. And at the same time, Kenya is kicking out the people from Ghana. So wait a minute. Ghana's kicking out Nigeria. Kenyans are kicking out Ghana. South Africa's kicking out everybody. But yet you worried about foundational Black Americans being certified, standing on business and holding it down and holding the crown? This is what you mad at. Or you have to stay mad then.
Nigeria, I will kill you. Who will be close? Who will kill you? You will go to your country. Go back to your country.
Damn, he's talking about unaliving people. Fam, we ain't talking like that. FBI, all we want to do is say, hey, man, you need to come on, get on out of here, man. You illegal in this country. You know, you running around here cosplaying my culture. You ain't showing us no proper respect. You didn't create hip hop. We got some real simple claims. Our claims are very just and precise. There's nothing wrong with what FBA is saying. We're not running around here saying anything near this type of rhetoric. This is very dangerous rhetoric. How come all the Africans ain't making TikTok videos about this? How come all the Africans ain't running around here calling them xenophobic? Maybe, just like everybody, you should take that same energy that you have against foundationals and talk about why Mr. Mutombo 57 is mad at Mr. Joloff 33rd.
And go and kill your fathers and your sisters, criminals, fraudsters. You will go to your country back. Nigeria must go. Mr. President must go.
They got songs. Y'all heard that? They said, Mr. Mutombo, he must go. Oh, Mr. Mutombo, you need to leave and take your fleas. Mr. Mutombo, go. Your time is gone, Mr. Joloff. Mr. Mutombo, go. They're coming for the whole village. Look at that right there. They got the whole village running these people out. So it shows you again, y'all, delineation is everywhere. Everybody's cool with it. You just mad that foundational Black Americans is doing it because you view us as somebody that you can get things for free from, and you can't. You're not allowed. I see y'all. I'm telling y'all, Mr. Mutombo must go. Right there. That's their little spiritual. They singing them spirituals over there. Mr. Mutombo must go. They loving it. They loving it, y'all. And that right there is exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all see it. Don't let none of these people tell you that foundational Black Americans is doing something different in the world. No, it's just you don't want us doing what everybody else does. See, the world wants foundational Black Americans to operate by a different set of laws. They want everybody else to have their own laws, okay? And then foundational Black Americans to have these laws where we can't defend ourselves, we can't do nothing, we need to give everything up. And that's what tethers do. Tethers come over here and they play by what I've always called the in-laws. And I don't mean your relatives, all right? The dominant society created in-laws where it's a certain specific set of rules that Black Americans have to abide by and nobody on the earth has to. And it's laws that keep us subservient and dismissive. And we always buck the system by saying no. But when tethers come over here, tethers say, well, let me go by the same laws. And they start trying to treat us like Mr. Mayo Man does. And then when we check him, then he runs to Mr. Mayo Man and he hugs his leg like a kindergartner. And he said, Black Americans is being xenophobic. Well, looks like y'all being xenophobic to each other. Looks like y'all got some problems in your own village. And y'all talking way more reckless. See, we're not really listening to somebody who's always complaining about what's going on. And in reality, the same exact thing they're complaining about, they do more than anybody. See, we don't want to hear Africans trying to tell foundational Black Americans about clearly family delineating in the damn village. We don't want to hear people trying to tell foundational Black Americans about being a hate group or a cult when clearly when you look at them, family, they are truly exhibiting signs of hate and they're doing it to their fellow African. So this thing has been one big contradiction. It's a contradiction where everybody pretends to be on the same page. It's a contradiction where everybody pretends to be friends. It's a contradiction where everyone acts like foundational Black Americans are the bad seed when I'm looking at a bad village. And when you talk about these people running around here using those terminologies, family, right here, y'all know how whenever you say something as a foundational Black American, what's the main thing they always say? You sound xenophobic, nigga. Well, let me tell you where a lot of that xenophobic talk comes from. This is what I mean.
Yes, we will say people are xenophobic because when you start to decide that just because somebody came from another country, they are automatically some kind of criminal, that does sound kind of xenophobic to me because you are using a paintbrush to paint an entire group of people where the vast majority of them are coming here because they are actually seeking a better life.
I told y'all that she was a tether. Y'all told me that she was a tether. If it walked like a tether, if it talked like a tether, then it must be a tether. You still ain't got no information on this individual's background, but what I do got is her saying the same thing that Mr. Mutombo says. You sound xenophobic, nigga. Listen to what she's saying.
Yes, we will say people are xenophobic because when you start to decide that just because somebody came from another country, they are automatically some kind of criminal, that does sound kind of xenophobic to me because you are using a paintbrush to paint an entire group of people where the vast majority of them are coming here because they are actually seeking a better life. Yes, we will say people are xenophobic because when you start to decide that just because somebody came from another country, they are automatically some kind of criminal, that does sound kind of xenophobic to me.
There you go. Xenophobic. You already knew they was going to come out with the xenophobic talk. So where are all the tethers getting all that from? That's the $1 million, billion, $1 trillion question. The tethers seem to be saying the same exact thing that the Democrats been saying. And why, y'all? Why? It's because they know exactly that they're getting their talking points from the damn Democrats. That's why we call them tethercrats. And where you see one, you see them all. So xenophobia doesn't work. That's another thing, fam, that they've been trying to do. They've been trying to run the like xenophobic stuff. And we understand these tethers don't even know what that means. All right. They probably found out what that word was 2 days ago. Let's be honest with you. Who even taught them that? The Democrats? Did the Democrats teach them what that means? Anytime somebody runs up on them and checks them, they say, well, just call them xenophobic. That'll make you day. If you call them xenophobic, you'll get away with it. No, you're not. No, you're not. Nothing they're getting away with. Nothing they're doing is working. Every single thing that they're doing is epic failures. I mean, it's not just regular failures at this point, y'all. It's epic failures. Just crash outs. And that's good. And they should keep on crashing out because foundational Black are the ones making. It's one thing to just do it. Nobody's crashing out because foundational Black Americans are really, genuinely, sincerely the ones who are showing exposing them for who they truly are. And that's exactly the game supposed. I think we've been talking about a lot of things people have been saying, and Americans, we all exposing it because that's that stops. What these individuals really are cosplayers. Barack Obama was that way. Barack Obama comes over here to America and he tries to ride the coattails of being a black man. Come find out that Barack he's not a black American. Kamala Harris, they try to do the same exact thing. She's not a black American. Okay. Now, if you see these individuals who've been trying to say that they're black Americans and they're not, knowing damn well that these people are nowhere near FBA, this is what's stopping the Democratic tetherocratic hustle. And the tetherocratic hustle is falling out fast. And you're starting to hear a lot of black Americans as well as other Americans. And what are they saying? They're saying that there needs to be nobody in public office that isn't an American.
Come here.
Watch this.
Come here. Come closer. What are we doing? Because I just saw a video of, I guess the state of Maine has just elected a mayor that I'm not even going to say what country she's from. Because the thing is, every time I do that, every time I mention a country, even if it's not about the country, everybody always wants to make it into some xenophobic topic. So just look it up yourself. But the bottom line is this mayor of Maine did not mention anything about what she's going to do for the state of Maine, the country, nothing about making America better, or nothing like that. Like, her whole focus is on her home country. How can we help my country that I come from? How can I help make that better? How can we make my country better? Did y'all really put somebody like that in office? I have a hard time believing that this person was actually elected, to be honest with you. I think that there's some planting going on here. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, I think there's some planting going on. Because there's no way that they're putting in all of these people who barely speak fucking English, that got these heavy ass accents, into public offices so that they can help their fucking home countries. Like, that shit is going right now. Honestly, my thinking is you should not be able to be elected into any office position, any official political position, unless your family has been here for at least 3 generations. Because if you've only been here for 1 or 2 generations, you don't have enough love and respect for this country and what it stands for you to be making any type of decisions on behalf of the people. You ain't been here long enough. A lot of these people probably don't even know the history of the country. So why are you in office making decisions? Like, this shit don't make no fucking sense. Where else in the world can you go where you could just come there and just be an elected official and start making decisions for the country? That don't make no fucking sense, y'all. Come on, wake the fuck up.
And you wouldn't have anybody saying that right now if it wasn't for foundational Black Americans. The only reason you get that type of energy is because FBA is out here drawing lines everywhere. What's it going to be? That's how it is, y'all. It's all based on us saying, what's it going to be? You're going to be on this side, you're going to be on that side. But you can't play both sides. You understand where I'm coming from? That's how we're doing it. We're making sure that everybody understands that foundational Black Americans as a generational culture, lineage, we are in our own space and we're operating and functioning like the way that we choose to, like the way that we should have always done, but it don't matter because we're doing it right now. Foundationals, absolutely. There needs to be more FBAs in office because just a Black politician ain't going to work. And a lot of these people who are even Black, a lot of them, you might see them folks and they may be tap dancers. So you're going to see a lot of different energies from a lot of different people. And speaking of a lot of different people, let's get some close-ups, okay? Let's get some close-ups. I'm going to ask y'all some questions and y'all let me know. This is what Conscious Flea was talking about. And he was speaking about how the White House posted this. And these were some of the people arrested. 37 criminals, seized 11 illegal firearms, issued 4 narcotics charges. This is what you were seeing with some of those people. Family, I don't know. That man is a suspected tether to me. I'm just keeping it all the way live. That looks like it could be, should be, might be a suspected tether. But let's go through some of these individuals, fam. What about Mr. Man right here? Are you seeing tether energy? I'm just saying a lot of these people are very, very questionable on the tether side. A lot of them are. So you can see right there when they run around and they keep trying to highlight these people. Well, you should see this now. Who could that be? I don't know, dog. Who could it be? Could be a tether if you ask. What about this guy? Oh, that guy's a tether. That's a damn tether right there. Fam, let me tell you something. If this man is not a tether, I'll walk from here to Topeka, Kansas tonight. That man is a tether. See, you're not going to get this anywhere else. Right here on the Black Alpha Network, we're going to get all the way with it. We're going to go all the way in. You feel me? That is real tether vibrations. Very tether vibrations. You can see it. But they're never going to say that. They're just going to say black. And somebody made a point earlier in the chat. Notice they're not putting names up. See, they know when to withdraw things, hold things back. And this is one of them right here. Look at this right here again. Oh, come on. There you go. You know damn well that ain't an FBA. Oh, man, I'm getting tether energy here too. I'm getting tethered by fam. These people look like tethers. These look like tethers, y'all. These look like tethers. Notice that they're not connecting any dots about what's going on in Washington, D.C. with raiding a lot of these illegals and these tethers as well. You understand? They're also talking about going to New York. I promise you, if they go to New York, you're going to see every single Haitian and Jamaican getting rounded up. And they're going to be saying, they going after the blacks. No, they're going after a lot of the melanated people. Say it for what it is. Call it for what it's worth. That guy right there is not a foundational black American. Don't play in my face. That is not a foundational black American. Yep, you're absolutely right. I'm seeing y'all counting right there. Somalian number 5, Haitian number 2. Yep, lying by omission. Absolutely. Yep, you're right about that. These individuals are not foundationals, fam. Name me one of these folks. Look, let me go back real quick. I'm just going to go back real quick. I'm going to breeze right through. Tell me any of these individuals that we can all just be like, yo, that's an FBA. We look, there's nothing that jumps out the screen that's like, yo, these are black Americans. Right there. Come on. Where we at with it? Look at this dude. Look at this dude. This man looks like he's about to pawn the replay. Come on, man. This dude ain't no damn black American. Y'all know what it is. Black Alpha Network, fam, we in here live. This is how we rocking. Damn, it's 11:30 and we cooking. You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you got to smash that like button, subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. We're going to break it all the way down. We're going to do it all the way real. They're not going to show you this. We will. They're not going to talk about this. We will. This shows you exactly what we mean. These people ain't no damn FBAs. Nope. They can run around here. Oh, that dude ain't no damn foundational. Fam, this looks like when you see those shows, those criminal shows, and they be down in Florida and they be arresting all of them cats down there. And these cats be from Jamaica and Haiti. This is what this looks like. This is what this looks like. Don't ever come to me and highlight these individuals right here and tell me that as a black American, what they're doing applies to my people. Nah, bruh. Nope. No, you better try again. I'm not real family. I believe all of them are tethers. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real. All of them look like tethers to me. I'm not sure if I seen one person that convinces me they're a foundational black American. I didn't see none, fam. At least at the bare minimum, 99% of those people were tethers to me. That's how I feel. And I clearly see y'all really on it too. Y'all saying a whole 100. Yeah, Ethiopian energy up in there. I see a whole lot of energy that's not FBA. I see a whole bunch of faces that ain't us. So what are we really talking about here? Where are we really going with this? Is this really a ploy, as we said, between the Democrats and the Republicans because they work in conjunction together? Is this really a hustle, a scam? Is this really these individuals thinking that they slid and trying to put foundational black Americans in this little fray that we're not going for? This is what it is. This is what it is. There's a lot of that going on. Yeah, there's some targeting out there, black folks. However, there's also clearly a hell of a lot of tether energy. And tether energy, one thing we're going to be. So if you watch and you see it and you understand, we know exactly the way these things are unfolding. We know exactly the way these things are operating. Everybody right now is obsessed because our vision is so good. We're seeing through everything, y'all. Everything is being spotted on site. And we allowing people to crash out if they deserve to crash out. Don't sit there and save somebody that deserves to crash out. Jasmine Crockett deserves to crash out. Jasmine Crockett deserves to start serving people up a Big Mac and large fry. And that's exactly what her future will be. All right. That's not on foundational Black Americans to put the cape on for her. That's for her to get her stuff together. Because remember, y'all, everybody had the opportunity to play the game the right way. They decided that they want to play the anti-Black American game. And if you want to play anti-FBA, you're going to get your dose of ABK. And foundational Black Americans, we know exactly the way things are moving. And we see all these little hustles and scams, man. We've been shutting it down. If y'all notice, I want y'all to think about this now, real talk. All of these little illegal immigrant scams that you see popping up, because every day you see a new one. You see a credit card scam. You see an internet scam. You see an insurance fraud. You see the one we showed earlier, driver's license. Every time you turn around, there's a new story that's popping up with these illegals, and it's always a Black American exposing it. Go get on TikTok right now, and all it is a bunch of FBA, and we're calling out all of these little insurance frauds and credit scams that the tethers are doing. You don't see the dominant society really doing that. It's not really them. We're really the ones calling out immigration the most and all of the frauds, because typically they're trying to use those against us. He who feels it more knows it more. We know it because we've seen it, right? Family, y'all got to see this one right here. Boy, these be out here tripping. Y'all got to see this one. Look at this right here and tell me if I'm wrong. Look at this scam. $30,000 in migrant housing aid has Democratic governor on the hot seat on a revolving door policy. Democrat, again, here goes the tethercrats, y'all.
If you're a undocumented immigrant in Massachusetts, you qualify up to $45,000 in rental assistance. Yet throughout a 3-year time span, you're qualified for up to $45,000 in rental assistance, thanks to the governor of Massachusetts. So how did this come about? Well, the people in the suburbs start complaining about all these migrant shelters opening up in the suburbs, right? Because once they opened up these migrant shelters, they didn't open it near the tourist areas. They made sure they pushed these migrant shelters towards the suburbs. And the governor was like, you know what? I'm going to have to shut these down, and we're going to shift costs somewhere else. Throughout this time span, they said that the governor spent up to almost $800 million plus in helping undocumented immigrants. If you break it down, that's like almost $1,250 a month in rental assistance. I don't know when the last time y'all had $1,250 a month in rental assistance, but I never experienced that. I could only imagine how much money you could save. You know, I could get Jordans Unlimited, maybe a Range Rover, you know, but yeah, I'll keep dreaming, because they don't have programs like that for American citizens. You know, you have to go out there and work. But yeah, this is only for the undocumented immigrants. Spread the word. Tell all your compadres. Massachusetts is offering up to $45,000 in rental assistance. Spread the word. I forgot, only to undocumented immigrants. Undocumented immigrants qualify for up to $45,000 in rental assistance in Massachusetts. Spread the word.
Shout out to him, but I'm going to need him to get Massachusetts correct. Much respect, homie. You're right. But I need you to go ahead and get that word out all the way, okay? Take some of them T's out, and you're going to be all right. But you see, that right there, it's another little scam, because these people are coming over here as labor. That's really what it is, fam. They want to come over here and be a labor force. And they feel if they be a labor force, they're absolutely positively okay with it. They're okay with being a labor force and working for the dominant society, because, fam, they work for the dominant society in their homeland. Fam, don't let nobody tell you that these people are all code, that they're doing anything that is codified. They don't even know what codified means, all right? To them, codified is being off code. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. And you see these scams all the way. Did y'all see this one, though? Man, I got to show y'all this. Tell me y'all seen this right here. Look at this right here. Are they not doing the same thing over and over, y'all? Are they out here still crashing out? Do you see this, fam? Tell me, my brothers and sisters, right now. Do you see what's going on over there in Africa? Are they over there allowing people still to come into their homeland and to take from them. Look at this and y'all see it. And have you seen one African or Pan-African call this out? No, you haven't. Tell me if you have, and I'll sit here. I'm good. I'll give them all the credit in the world. I will give them all the credit in the world if I can. Have you seen anybody say, wait a minute now, maybe we don't need Bill Gates coming over here. Maybe Bill Gates has bad intentions. Maybe Bill Gates ain't looking out for us. Oh, no, they're not going to do that. No, that sounds too much like right. That makes too much sense. So instead, what you see is that right there. Instead, what you see is these individuals saying, come on down. Another picture, y'all, of an African smiling, saying, come on down. Look at that. Bill Gates and another foundation is about to be launched right there. Man, oh man, fam, you can't make this type of stuff up. You cannot make it up. You can't. Every time you turn around, you see them exhibiting this type of behavior. It don't change. Nothing's changed when it comes to this, y'all. Nothing has changed. It's the same exact stuff that we were calling out for a long time, but yet they always got something to say about FBA. You understand where I'm coming from? And one thing that they do not like is us sitting there saying, well, y'all was doing that right there. Or we were saying, y'all got that going. See, whenever we say that, fam, they always turn around and be like, oh, no, you FBA is xenophobic. Again, aren't their priorities backwards? Aren't their priorities twisted? Shouldn't they be thinking about other things? There's some things that you're thinking about that you ain't got no business thinking about. There's some things that you're saying that you ain't got no business saying. You need to be worried about Bill Gates. You need to be worried about the colonizer. Remember, y'all, Bill Gates is coming from one of their colonizers. They got a whole different colonizer that's coming from a different area. So the colonizers over there, you know, you're down bad. I told you, when your two colonizers are fighting on who's going to colonize you, that ain't a good look. And when I tell y'all things aren't a good look, we understand that these African nations, they're new. Because remember, don't let them tell you that they're the original people and this, that, and the other thing. Isn't it funny they're always telling us that we don't know who we are, but yet they come from countries that were just created when they were diced up from the colonizers? Yeah, think about that. They'll tell you that you as a foundational Black American don't know who you are. However, they'll come from a lot of these countries that are basically new countries. Because when the colonizer came over there, he didn't say we're going to just keep it how it is. No, he cut it up, he renamed it, and then he gave it off to his friends. I tell everybody all the time, they diced up Africa like a piece of pizza, like a piece of pie. And then they renamed it. And they said, okay, I'm going to give it to them over there. So don't let them tell you what we know about our own history. And damn sure don't let them try to tell us about our history here. When over there, they come from a bunch of homelands where, quite frankly, y'all, they don't even know how long it's been named the way it's been named, and they don't know who named them. I ain't lying. They don't know who named them, fam, but foundational Black Americans, we do. They don't like that. Anytime they get out of line, y'all hit them with this right here, y'all. Check this out and tell me, is this not what FBA's been saying for years?
A week or two ago, they came to the White House, the leaders of the Republic of the Congo in Rwanda, and signed a peace treaty with President Trump.
And the Republic of Congo is former Zaire?
Former, yes, it is. A lot of people, now probably 90% would disagree, but it's former Zaire. And 80 to 90% of the names of the African nations today are not the original name. Well, look at Nigeria. Who created the term Nigeria? A British baroness, a woman by the name of Flora Shaw. Flora Shaw, Flora Shaw.
A British woman created Nigeria. And you trying to tell me about Rosa Parks?
Created the term Nigeria. So 85 to 90% of the names on the continent are either German, Dutch, British, Portuguese. And so the map maker, the Antonio Venetia map maker, Livio Sonato's map, in going back to 1588, it shows in the middle the Latin term Dio Rim with the V and the M silent. A week or two ago, they came.
Damn. You running around here talking about you foundational Black Americans, you got the white man's name, and your country's literally named from a white woman. You're in no position to talk about foundational Black Americans. You're in no position to talk about anybody until you get your home in order. See, we know that about them. But notice these are other things that they're silent about. This thing where they're just going to be silent and they still run their mouth, that's just not going to work. Because one thing about FBA, if you say something about us, we're going to say every single thing that we can find about you. It's called receipts. And that's just a receipt that we've been putting on the table. You can't come over here and talk about my homeland and my history, and you come over here trying to give me a lecture about Martin Luther King. You come over here trying to give me a lecture about the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers were a group in Oakland, California, but they really are from Senegal. You feel what I'm saying? They always trying to tell us about our history. They want to tell us about their history, but they don't ever tell us that a major part of their history is that they were named by a Karen. You were named by a British Karen. That's even worse. A British Karen named you by her own doings, and you want to talk about anybody else. You're not qualified. You're disqualified, and you're not certified, which means you're not verified. So therefore, you need to get your own priorities in order, get your own homeland together. And once you do that, then we can talk. But until then, ain't gonna be no speaking. Until then, you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that FBA knows more about you than you know about yourself. So you're going from no birth certificate, which plenty of them do not have, no birth certificate, and you have no understanding of where your name and where your culture came from. That ain't good in the hood. And we're always good. So if you watch right now, y'all, and you show the world your foundational Black American prowess and just how focused and analytical you are, that's truly a game changer. And one of the things that we've done, y'all, and we done broke down and highlighted is how clear we are when we're focused. And when we focus, how determined our efforts can become and they materialize. We've materialized everything that we wanted to do. There's truly one generation, but there's 4 or 5 movements going on inside of this generation. And what this generation is doing, it's taking people like this individual in Senator McDonald's. When she's not in McDonald's, she's running from a guy in a wheelchair. When she's not running from a guy in a wheelchair, she's getting her spot eliminated. And when she's not doing that, she's basically telling Donald Trump, I'm sorry and I apologize for what I was doing. But it doesn't matter because just last week I told y'all we added names to that damn G-check list. And I didn't think that her name would be on it so fast. I mean, I knew her name would be on here, but damn, can you gave me 1 week? I thought we was going to go from Black Alpha Tuesday to Black Alpha Tuesday. She didn't make it past FBA Friday. Damn, get your game together. But you see now, she's on her way out the door. Means the Democrats are on their way out the door. I already exposed and highlighted. Roland Martin is defeated. Roland Martin's broke down. Roland Martin's trying to go to war with the Black Caucus. All of the Black Caucus members in Texas, they're going right on back so they can go ahead and throw her under the bus and get on with their buffoonery, with all the biscuits. Now, if you amplify that by the fact that foundational Black Americans are calling out what's going on up there in Washington, D.C., and we're exposing them like we just did 5 minutes ago, that a lot of them folks is tethers. Now, what do you have? You've got tethers, defeated Democrats, which means you got a defeated tethercrat. And if you got a defeated tethercrat, that means foundational Black Americans called our shot. We said it was going to go off the glass, and we said it was going to go right on in. And that's exactly what we're doing. You understand? We're pulling up from 50. We hitting shots all the way up and down the court, y'all. And these people know right now, I'm telling y'all, they know that FBA runs things. This is why they're listening to us. That's why they're watching us. I told y'all, they always sound like they're a foundational Black American with a twist on it. Their biggest problem is that, man, we know a new face and we know somebody who's faking the front. Okay. And they all faking. And one of the things that they've been faking, they've been just faking. All right. They've been sending out a lot of these people. And they've been saying things like this right here. I'm no Black, I'm Jamaican. Yeah. See, everything that we called out, notice all of these videos, they're admitting it. Newsflash to all the tethers. Quit doing what we said you were going to do, because only thing it's doing is making you look worse. And the more worse you look, the more you're getting closer to getting deported.
Okay. I'm not Black, I'm Jamaican. Scratch that. I'm not Black, I'm Canadian. What kind of Canadian are you? I'm Jamaican. Is my skin close to Black? Sure. For the sake of the people that live in the United States, I'm Black. However, I'm not first to say I'm Black. I'm quick to say I'm Jamaican. I'm not going to say I'm Black. You can physically see what the fuck I am. Why am I going to tell you what color my skin is? It's literally irrelevant. So if someone's telling you they're not Black, don't get offended. Get educated. Pulled from all these Black. So for Afro-Latina wants to say she's not Black, she's down.
No, fam. Are they making excuses on why we call them out for not being who they say they are. Family, this is the worst excuse I've ever heard from somebody trying to say that they not black. No. Just say it, fam. You wouldn't even seen this video a few weeks ago. Nah. Nope. See, now what they're trying to do is make it look like, oh, black Americans. Hold on, I got to pull that back up. What she's trying to do now is say, well, black Americans are so focused on race. We don't care about race. It's funny. They don't never care about race. They don't never see blackness, but they see whiteness. Never trust somebody who says they don't know they black, but they damn sure know what a white colonizer looks like. So you do see color. You just see color if it's white. Just say what it is. And family, she wouldn't even be making this video if FBA didn't regulate and call these people's behavior out. She knows what time it is. You know black, good. You know like us.
So if someone's telling you they're not black, don't get offended. Get educated. People who say they're black don't have an identity. That's why they say they're black. And the people we are referring to are the ones that were in slavery in the United States that got pulled from all these black colored countries and mixed up. So now they don't know where the fuck they're from, so they just say black. So if the Afro-Latina wants to say she's not black, she damn well is not black. The fuck, she knows where the fuck she's from. She's African and Latina. The fuck it to know she's black for? You see her skin is not black. Why does it matter? Like, please, fix it. Fix the education system.
Nah,
okay.
Nope. No, I know what you're trying to do. She's trying to live in a colorblind society. Because if they live in a colorblind society where there's just no color, then they feel that makes them closer to being white. You got to understand this, y'all. Anytime a tether goes out their way to downplay skin tone, that's really them basically saying, well, if I'm not black and that means there's no white, maybe I can be white as well. That's really what they're trying to do. She's trying to make it look like, oh, how about there's just no color? Because they feel no color makes them closer to white. That's what it really is, fam. We're going to call it for what it is. We're going to call it how it is, and we're going to make it clear. These individuals do not want color to exist because then they feel that they could just be white people. That's what it really is. They're not going to say that out loud. They're going to come up with every excuse in the book. That's okay because we're going to regulate in the process. We understand that you still are going to come up with every lie available and you're going to get called out on every one of them. Yeah, call Tom. Absolutely. They've been saying that for a long time. We've been calling that out even longer. How long have black Americans been calling people out for the me no black? Man, them me no black videos been popping up left and right, y'all. Have y'all been seeing the me no black videos? I'm telling you, every damn day there's a me no black video. A me no black this, a me no black that. But y'all notice what she was trying to do. She was trying to put it off on us, saying, well, black Americans, they got to say they black because they don't know where they from. Foundational black American. Notice now, any other time it's y'all too American. She trying to say that we don't know we're American. Any other time it's y'all are too American, y'all not black, or y'all too black, y'all not American, or any other time is can y'all not be who you are? Well, that tells you exactly who we are. Certified foundational black Americans. We're the only ones who represent our skin color. We're the only ones who represent our country. We're the only ones who represent our lineage. They don't do any of that. They don't do any of that, family, so they can't speak to us. And that is what's really the difference. Because if you really want to go there, they don't represent their homelands because they flee from them. They don't represent their skin color because they said they didn't know that they was black. So if you don't represent either one of them, doesn't that mean you don't know who you are? And then why are you mad when we tell you exactly what you're doing? Why be mad when foundational black Americans call you out on it? Why be mad when we say, okay, since you don't know who you are, let me tell you. What you are, someone who flees. Don't be mad at foundational black Americans for calling you a fleer when you flee. Don't be mad at foundational black Americans for saying that all you do is say me no black when you say you not black. So, I mean, I got to ask this question. What the hell are you? I mean, think about it with tethers, fam. I really want y'all to think about it. Think about this real talk with tethers. They say they're not black. They say they run from their homeland. They don't know where they're from. They jump all over the place. They don't have any birth certificates. I mean, we got to start asking this damn question. Then who the hell are you? You, I guess, are a tether. Exactly. Because the one thing that I know that you do without any type of issue or any type of argument, one thing you know how to do real well is to perpetrate being foundational. I guess that's really what you are. So don't be mad at that tether jacket when you fit it. Don't be mad. What I tell you, man, if the flip flops fit, then damn it, you need to wear them. And FBA out here just holding it down. That is the difference. They don't like the fact, they hate the fact, they despise the fact that this lineage knows exactly who we are. We know exactly where we're going, and where we're going, y'all can't come. That's where we're going to have to get with it too, fam. We're going to have to really get with the, you just can't come. You can't come. This is a real certified meeting. You're not invited. You're not invited. And it's got to be good to go ahead and let people know they're not invited. How do you know, fam? It's because when people ain't invited, that pretty much puts a rift in between where they're trying to do, what they're trying to get from you. All right. Whenever you tell somebody you can't come around here, you need to stay over there on your side, that basically tells them there's no room for you in cosplaying. So since there's no room for you in cosplaying, then you need to just take it on back to where you came from. That's how it goes, y'all. That's how it goes, and that's how it will continue to go, especially when you certified. That's the difference. So we, as a lineage, as I always say, and don't let these people come around here like dude earlier was trying to say, man, we got all of the best of Africa right here. Man, you can't remove us from Africa. Man, we just really some big Africans. Don't let nobody tell you that, because, fam, they'll start hitting you with the we're all African, okay, or we got African in us. And once they start hitting you with the we got African in us, then it's going to turn into, well, technically, ain't we all just African anyway? It's really just them making things murky. It's them trying to twist it up so they could be like, well, you know, technically, we all the same. Technically, ain't Black Americans African? That's the next step. But the step ain't going nowhere because, quite frankly, there's nowhere to go because we haven't allowed it. We haven't allowed anything. We haven't allowed these people to steal. We haven't allowed these people to take. When these people can't steal and take, I told you, you take everything away from them. That's the difference with foundational Black Americans. We made sure that these individuals cannot take from us. And when you cannot take from us from a tether point of view, who has a whole system based on stealing, then where do you go from there? Where do you go when you can't take no more? Nowhere. You go out of business. That's exactly where you go. You go out of business. And that's exactly where we send them. Look at Jasmine Crockett. She's going out of business. Jasmine Crockett's going to business, fam, so she can't even count. Going out of business, fam. She's looking around, and she was sitting on Congress now, and she's sitting at McDonald's, y'all. She's sitting at McDonald's, and she putting somebody's fries together. You better go ahead and get your order together. That's what you better do. You better get my order together, or I'm going to talk to your damn supervisor. That's what I'm going to tell Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine, I know you're listening. You need to get my order together, or I'm going to go talk to your supervisor. That's what it is. You were trying to talk to me like sister girl. She went from sister girl to valley girl. Now she's going to go to McFlurry girl. All right. You need to get my McFlurry together. You need to go ahead and give me a number 2. I want large fry, or I'm going to talk to your damn supervisor and get you removed. You need to, when you're done, you need to go ahead and mop the floor and go ahead and fix that damn shift. That's what you need to do, because you need to be a good old Jasmine Ratchet. Good old Jasmine Ratchet. Jasmine Ratchet. You thought you was going to come around foundational Black Americans with that sister girl energy. You thought you was going to cosplay because I questioned your lineage. You thought that you was going to get in between FBA making political deals and foundational Black Americans having a real savvy political structure and come up. That's what you thought, but you thought wrong. So now everything that you thought is coming back to get you. You better watch out. This is the difference now in this generation. We're truly making these politicians have to deal with the consequences, and the disrespect has to get ran out of here. And if you look, she's still running the hell out of here. Oh no, there won't be no coming back from this. Oh no, there ain't gonna be no turnaround. Oh no, she's not gonna be able to fix that hole in that tire because it ain't rolling no more. That's what it is. They know damn well. And when you start adding up the fact that they looking at some of them damn receipts and they starting to say, where you get all that damn money? Oh, man, that's even worse. That's even worse. Why is that worse, y'all? It's because now they see that that money that they was putting up, oh, that ain't working for them. Nah, you're going to have to pay them paper sacks. Look at that, fam. They pulling out dollar amounts. Dollar amounts. It's the same exact thing they always do. Don't the dominant society always start off and get these folks fired from their job? Soon as they get them fired from their job, it turns into some type of criminal charges, some type of stealing and thievery. Ain't that how it always goes, y'all? Doesn't it always work that way? It always starts with them saying, oh, this individual was grifting. Well, since they're grifting, let's look into their bank accounts. Notice that all them other people who bank accounts that they were looking into, oh, you don't see them nowhere. Where do you see them at, fam? Do you see any of them other people that Doge was talking about? How come the only person you see left talking about Doge is Jasmine? How come? Because she's the fall person. She was running her mouth about Donald Trump on his revenge tour and his hit list that we knew was going to happen 2 damn years ago. She thought it was sweet. See, these people get very comfortable disrespecting foundational Black Americans. They get this whole carpet laid out for them where they can just come on in and get treated good. Butter biscuits gets people hypnotized. It ain't my problem you been hypnotized by butter biscuits. Them butter biscuits get to swinging and you go into a hypnosis. You start really thinking that you hot. You start really thinking that you run the streets. You start really thinking that you could disrespect the president of the United States of America, especially somebody petty like him, and get away with it. Now you realizing that it wasn't a great investment. Now you realizing that them chickens done came home to roost. The butter biscuits done came out the oven. This is what you realize. You see Kamala Harris isn't here no more. You see Joe Biden isn't here no more. Barack Obama, his name is dirt in the street. So who's here to protect you, Jasmine? You can already see right now that the Texas Republicans, as well as the Washington D.C. Republicans, they targeted the whole damn district. They're willing to move and rewrite and remold districts just to get you. And you ain't had one Democrat come out to save you. Family, y'all tell me when you see the Democrat come out and say that this is targeting against Jasmine Crockett. I don't even like Jasmine Crockett. And I'll tell you that they're targeting her. Oh, you being targeted? Yeah, and I'm not just talking about them 3 Karens who ran up on you. Yeah, y'all seen it. Them 3 Karens ran up on her and they wanted all the smoke. Called her a hood rat to her face. Did she go super Miami girl? Did she go super 305? Did she? Did she go super ghetto? Or did she just bow down? Because you ain't going to talk crazy to Karen. Nope. When we seen Megyn Kelly diss her, we seen Becky number 99 and we seen Karen number 52. They all said something about her. She didn't do nothing. Put her head down and walked away. So think about what's happened and what's transpired in the last few hours, y'all. Look at it all. She got ran up on by a bunch of Karens, didn't do nothing. She bowed down. Megyn Kelly calling her out. And no Democrat has said nothing. Roland Martin right now is telling the whole world the Democrats will lose when it comes to the redistricting. The Democrats will lose if it goes to court, and the Democrats will lose the next election. I showed you the clip earlier. They all said it. They all admitted it. They all put it on the line. It's not our fault if we just examine it, analyze it, and present it to the world. It's over for the Democratic Party, and it's over for any party. That go for the Republicans too, because foundational Black Americans, we don't either or. All right, it's FBA all damn day, single. You ain't gonna twist my words. You ain't gonna turn my words. You ain't gonna do it to my brothers and sisters neither. When foundational Black Americans say what it is, that's what it is. Okay, we mean what we say and we say what we mean. You ain't gonna spin no syllables. You ain't gonna put no different adjectives on it. You ain't gonna twist the verbs and the words. Nope. If FBA say it's F you, then it's F you. You can spin it all the way around, run down the block, but when you come home, it's still gonna be that right there. And that's how we feel about all these political parties. That's how we feel about all these politicians, because we understand that both these politicians work together any goddamn way. Yep, that's what we understand. And we also understand that this era, this generation, it's a new wave. It's a new wave. And this new wave now is giving people consequences and repercussions. See, they were used to a time when they can disrespect us and nothing would happen. They're used to a time where they can insult us and they would actually get promotions. Now they're getting demoted. You went from promoted to demoted. You say something about foundational Black Americans, we're going to sit here, go live. You're going to have thousands of brothers and sisters right here. We're going to put every goddamn receipt on the table for you, from how your lips are ashy, your ankles are ashy, and your kneecaps clap when you talk, okay? Foundational Black Americans understand the way the game is moving, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. That's just what it is, fam. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that we certified. It's not my fault that we was in this era and this generation making things pop off. But let me show y'all this, since we're talking about things popping off, right? Do y'all know that these individuals truly, really are getting the point? And I'm going to tell you how you know they're getting the point. How you know they're getting the point. A lot of things that they're doing, now they're basically saying, well, you know, let me go ahead and let me backtrack a little bit. Let me say what I meant to say, but I'm going to say it in a different way. That type of energy, right? Look at this. We told everybody it started with Jasmine Crockett when her staffers started throwing her under the bus. Now we're in the throwing you under the bus era. That's what they're going to start doing now, y'all. Watch this. This is what we meant. Those staffers came out and those staffers called her out first swing. Watch this right here.
Behind-the-scenes look at Texas Congresswoman and liberal firebrand Jasmine Crockett. The Post spoke with several sources who paint a picture of a Crockett no one in their right or left mind would really want to work for. The Insider said they feel like Crockett cares more about being an influencer than working for her constituents. And as one put it, quote, is laying around her apartment, won't come into the office, and is really just indifferent to staff and will scream at them. Crockett reportedly rents a luxury vehicle every week, which is weird. And a staffer is tasked with basically being her personal chauffeur. She reportedly rides in the back like her employee is the hired help, which I guess they kind of are.
You really think that the dominant society is going to let that slide? Y'all notice the smear campaign against Jasmine Crockett is in full go. Everywhere you turn around, they out there just completely smearing that woman's name. Her name is done for. See, they're not just trying to take away her job. They're trying to take away her career. That's where she is right now. Jasmine, if you're listening, I'm going to give you some certified energy, okay? I want you to get this certified foundational Black American lesson. They're not just out here trying to get you out of Congress. They're trying to get you out of politics. They're trying to get you so far gone that they don't see you no more. Because when you were chirping about those white women, and you was talking about a white woman's build. Remember that? The beach blonde body, or whatever she was trying to say. All the women that you was talking about, that's them. So you think they're going to be like, okay, that's cool. No, that ain't how it goes. They was listening to all of that. And they said, okay, cool. We going to remember it. Because remember, those Democrats that you be around all the time, don't you know that they wives are blonde and they daughters are blonde? Oh, you thought that they was going to put you over a white person. You thought your Democratic campaigning put you as some type of honorary member of white society. That ain't how it works in America. That ain't how it works in America. No, it's not. No. In America, you're going to always be a non-white person. That's what it is. Y'all better quit allowing that Democratic access make you think you got true access. Look at this right here. Another one came out. Them absolutely smearing her name. Right. Right there. No-show boss from hell who terrorizes staffers. All diva. No. Wow. Wow. Crazy. That right there was the start. It was them throwing her under the bus and then, quite frankly, just calling her out. That was it, right? They started saying, oh, no, we got to get this woman. She's gone. She's no good. These people know how to go ahead. These are, trust me, her staff ain't nothing but a bunch of white ladies and Latinos. Look at this. Look at this right here. She is laying around her apartment, won't come into the office, and is really just indifferent to the staff and will scream at them, a former aide said. She is never in the office and is very deranged or disengaged. She's probably deranged too. She does her bulls, then goes viral, and then freaks out over most random things. Crockett is often found at the government-provided suite. There goes the money thing again, with one insider saying she prefers to work from her nearby luxury apartment building. There you go. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. It started with the staffers throwing her under the bus. No Democrats came to save her. Then Donald Trump got on the phone to Governor Abbott, and they said, we want her so much. And we remember so many bad things she said about us. And they carried this grudge with her. They said, reshape the whole damn district down there in Texas just to get her. No Democrat came out and said nothing. All the Democrats, they left so they didn't have to vote on it. Now they're all coming back, and they're going to all sign the law and pass it to where she gets redistricted and fired. No Democrats are going to say nothing about that either, because they all understand you've been a human shield since day one. You've been a crash test dummy for the Democrats and the whole dominant society since day one. So you're going to have to go ahead, read them and weep. That's why you are in the position you're in. See, Black Democrats think being a Democrat gives them access to being white. And now they're finding out, no, it doesn't. You get no access to nothing. You ain't nothing but a crash test for the Democratic establishment. And that's what you will always be, is a crash test for the Democratic establishment. And Black Americans ain't no safety net. Nope. And fam, when she was out there talking about all the white women, I'm telling you right now, let me tell you, all them W women that she was talking about, running her mouth about, like I told you, they got to go home. And when they get home, their husbands is going to be talking to them about this right here. Watch this.
Crockett has been redistricted out of her own district. It is a masterclass of political karma that even Hollywood could not have scripted better. In the United States House. So it's basically would increase Republican control to 30 out of those total 38 seats, representing 79% of Texas congressional delegation. Now, what makes this particularly intellectually satisfying is the complete role reversal it represents. So for years, deep blue Democrat states like California, New York, Illinois have engaged in very aggressive, highly blatant partisan gerrymandering in their own states without any consequence whatsoever. But now, when Texas Republicans play by the same rules, well, suddenly it's a constitutional crisis. So, the hypocrisy in all of this is so thick you can cut it with a knife. But Crockett's response to this redistricting, of course, has been nothing short of her typical, hysterical, inflated, intellectually illiterate banter. She's calling the new map a hot mess that's ultimately motivated by deep-seated Texas Republican racism. She's deployed every weapon in the progressive victimhood arsenal imaginable. But the real reason Crockett is freaking out here is because she's built her entire career on a fraudulent image that is now facing real political consequences.
They're all calling her out now for saying how she was so down for the cause. That sister girl, when you found out she was a Valley girl. But remember, this man got to go home to all them white women she was talking about. So here comes the supremacist allegiance.
Want to see what an absolute fraud Jasmine Crockett is? There's no other word for that. That's not a chameleon. That's a fraud. She's a total and complete fraud. And you got the likes of, Charlemagne the God and all these other Black social media influencers out there who've all been taken in by this fraud. They're literally talking about how authentic Jasmine Crockett is. I kid you not, how freaking authentic she is. She is demonstrably the least authentic person in the whole of Congress. Her entire ghetto persona is complete. Jasmine Crockett.
Look how mad this man is. Look how mad this man. She's his own band and all these black folks and all that. I'm going to tell you, like we said, fam. Oh, yeah. She's dealing with the sting of the latch from white supremacy. They calling her out. Oh, they're going full supremacists on her. But remember, we ain't out here to save Democrats from supremacy because Democrats use supremacy to get black folks to vote for them. See, if you play about supremacy and you use Trayvon Martin to get votes and you hijack Breonna Taylor and George Floyd so we can come vote for you, and then when you get in office, you don't do nothing for black folks, then black folks ain't going to do nothing for you when them supremacists come after you. And I don't give a damn who likes it or who don't. All them little Democrat shills out there who get upset and be like, man, how you going to say that about a black woman? She is not a black woman. She's a melanated tethercrat as far as I'm concerned. That's how we're doing. You use supremacy for votes for Democrats, then foundational black Americans going to sit back and watch when them same supremacists that you love so much come after you. And that's exactly what's happening with her. And she's getting it all the way from the top. You see it all the way across the board. There ain't no stopping it. So, yep, that is her problem. Yep, she got to deal with it. And yep, foundational black Americans are enjoying. It's the same thing with Barack Obama. When Barack Obama comes out and he says things like, oh, we're not going to do anything for black folks. That's not how America is made. We seen what it was like when we put on them capes and we went out in them streets and we battled over Barack Obama. Did he ever repay us for any of that, family? Did Barack Obama give us a thank you? Did Barack Obama do anything for foundational black Americans standing up? Remember, y'all, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin are not here because of Barack Obama. All right. Barack Obama got elected. He sent all the supremacists on a damn tirade, and they wanted to deal with him. But since they couldn't really deal with him, they had to go after the little black kid in their yard. Barack Obama, at the same time, he's saying Al Green for you. So you didn't get no tangible policies. You got Al Green. And we were the ones out there on the forefront. We were the ones out there crashing out for Barack Obama. And now we're saying, you crash out for your damn self. You crash out for your damn self. No longer are foundational black Americans going to be out here and sticking up for people and going to bat for people who don't go to bat for supremacy. Y'all see that right there? That is what I'm talking about. So sit back and enjoy. And I mean it. And I know they mad. I know the Shields is listening. I know they can't stand what I'm saying. I'm glad, good, happy. Thank you very much. Yep. Black Americans are going to sit back and enjoy Jasmine Crockett's career going down the drain. Whether it gets flushed down today or tomorrow or next week, we know where it's heading. And it is not going up the damn political ladder. It's going down the commode. That's where it's going. And guess what? We don't care. The same way y'all can't do nothing for us specifically, the same way that ain't how it works in America, the same way we can't find no money for reparations. Let's do a 3,000-year study. Yep. Well, we're going to do a 3,000, 3 million infinity, not give a fuck. You on your own. You can bring it on back home. How about that one? That's where it is. And that's how we should stay, fam, because delineation is a full-time thing. I tell you, when you certified all the time, right? Well, we certified all the damn time. We certified all the time, and now is the exact time. So, yeah, she getting thrown under the bus by her own political, I would say I don't even want to say they're her constituents, because how well are they really working for her? So I don't even know what to call them. What do you call these people who ain't really rocking with you? What do you call these people who ain't really on your team? What do you call these people who ain't down with you? I don't know. I guess your fellow crash outs. Your fellow crash outs ain't coming for you. And that is your problem. It's not an FBA problem. It's a them problem. And fam, she's getting trolled at the highest level. And let me tell you why. Jasmine, you are the political joke of politics in the United States of America. Y'all look at this right here. This came out from Donald Trump today. Look what Donald Trump said today for Jasmine Crockett. He said, Jasmine Crockett is the future of the Democratic Party. Damn. High stakes trolling if you ever seen it, fam. High stakes trolling if you ever seen it. I be damned. No, he didn't go out there and say that. Yes, the hell he did. So you see, Donald Trump is out here trolling her, laughing at her. You see what Megyn Kelly and everybody else said about her, laughing at her. And you see Foundation of Black Americans, there ain't no goddamn things that we jumping off of. We ain't hopping off no planes. We ain't coming to save. Nope. We maintaining exactly what we've always maintained, and that's being ourselves. That's being certified. That's standing on business. That's being politically savvy. That's making deals and executing them deals. That's cold. That's yeah. Trump petty as hell, ain't he? Petty as hell. This is why you see her energy shifted. This is why I was telling y'all her energy ain't what it was a couple days ago. Nah. Her energy ain't what it was when she thought everything was sweet. No, and nor should it be, because the tide is turned, things have flipped, and once those things flip on you, there's no coming back around. None. And Trump put that out today. And what he's basically saying is, hey, she gone. And notice again, y'all, no Democrat has came out to defend her. The Democrats know the writing is on the wall the same way you know the writing is on the wall. The Democrats understand that it's a wrap for her the same way I know it's a wrap for her. So since there's no saving you, since nobody's coming around that corner, there you go. You on your own, child. You on your own. You see, we're political savvy, brothers and sisters. We understand tangibles. We understand benefits. We understand our luxuries, and we understand what we've had to fight to get it. Once we get on tune and on the same page, and we start to focus on the political business in order to get and achieve what we really want. Once we became politically independent, this is when you start to see all of this nonsense come up. We can't allow people to speak for us. We are our own spokespeople, okay? I want all my certified foundational Black American sisters to speak for foundational Black American women. I don't want no tether talking for a foundational Black American woman. Not at all. I don't want no op talking for foundational Black Americans. Not at all. And if you look now, this is what she's seeing whenever she looks out. Nobody takes you serious, Jasmine. Nobody does. You don't even take yourself serious. So how can foundational Black Americans come and save you? Not. We have to focus on what we can. We have to be politically strong. And family, I'm here to let you know that's exactly what the hell we are. That's exactly where the hell we've gotten to. That's exactly what we've done. And now the fact that we've done that, oh man, it is completely flipping the game upside down. It is completely making a whole different drastic change in society. But these are some of the memes that have been coming out, and they've been coming out today because people are rejoicing. People are rejoicing the fact that this woman is up out of here, and that's damn good. And that's how it is. And we right here standing strong, letting it be known. This type of ratchet, hood rat, talk in the political world, we ain't going for that. This type of cosplaying, disrespecting us, and bringing all that toxic energy, we ain't going for that. Democrats are not black leaders. They're not advocates, and they damn sure ain't spokespeople for us. And I'm here to let the world know that. And that goes for the Republicans as well. Any of these Republicans coming around trying to talk on behalf of black Americans, hell no. Any Democrat trying to talk on behalf of black Americans, hell no. If it ain't stamped by the grassroots, then it don't exist. And if it don't exist in our mind, then it don't exist in the world, because we run the world. You look, going over there to Africa and see how much they talk about us. Going over there to Asia, see how much they dancing like us. If you don't think foundational black Americans aren't just the influencers of the planet, then you ain't living on this planet, all right? Or you need to wake on up and apologize. And everybody's going ahead to watch foundational black Americans take this victory while they taking L's. Jasmine Crockett, you got protection from the Democrats. And the same way that TPS ran out for all them Haitians, same way your TPS done ran out. So now everybody's without protection. And this is what happens when you got rid of that political party, that organization. This is what happens when you took all the tethers and you sent them home. You thought it was sweet. You thought it was good. It was all gravy a week ago. Now you're finding out right here, right now, today, no the hell it ain't. Now you're finding out right here today, it's over. Now you're finding out right here today that FBA are independent. Foundational black Americans move in our own accordance. Foundational black Americans have solidarity amongst ourselves, unity amongst ourselves. Our culture strong. Is yours? No the hell it ain't. So when the Democrats and the Republicans are both teaming up to ruin your career, FBA don't care. And when Karen, number 500 all the way to 5,000 is running up on you with smoke and you looking at the damn ground because you scared, FBA don't care. And when you see the streets coming out and the streets is letting you know that you ain't never been down with us, you ain't ever rocked with us, and you will never be a certified foundational black American, then there's only one thing left, and that is to put out that certified energy and say, checkmate.
Building and the people that were interviewed, it looks to me they have no hope. Looks to me, Jasmine Crockett is not investing in her district and that she is pocketing the money, basically using the people as a come up. And that's what the Democrats do. They create problems, campaign on the problems. They get the money for the problems, and they just put it in their pocket and start all over again, just like Jasmine Crockett. Y'all do know her own team, the Democrats, threw her under the bus when she was trying to become the chairman of the Oversight Committee. They said, hell to the no. We don't need no more.
I told you. The Democrats threw her under the bus 2 months ago. The Black Caucus is throwing her under the bus right damn now. And Karen is running up on her with some Brussels sprouts and a left hook. Damn.
Sister girl, no team playing. I'm the only boss here attitude. And then she's only for the immigrants. And then she continues to come after Donald J. Trump, which, if you ask me, is a bad idea. Look what Letitia James is going through. Yep. Not to mention Fonnie Willis. And now Jasmine Crockett. One thing about those white Democrats, they know how to put up those black Democrats, okay? To be puppets and tools. And Jasmine Crockett doesn't even seem to know that her time is up and that they have already broken her. They're just trying to crush her now. She even went on the record to say, with them redrawing the lines, they have given her more indigenous black Americans in her district and Hispanics. Now, you would think she would be glad because she cares about the community and the blacks and the Hispanics and the illegal immigrants so much. But no, she said that they gave her all these extra people in her district and they took out all of the billion-dollar industries, you know, the ones that fund her and put money in her pocket to not support her people. That's what she's mad at. All those campaign donations are going to be going to the Republicans, and she's mad as hell about that. Okay, so Jasmine Crockett, the grift is over. With you saying that I'm black and they're jealous and they're haters, and then you're quoting Beyonce, child. And they said that Jasmine Crockett is so educated. I can't tell. Why don't we all just get together and wave, bye, Jasmine Crockett. Thanks, but no thanks.
I have seen plenty of her interviews where she hates Trump. She hates America, and she definitely hates her district. All you got to do is look at her district, okay? So it's she don't do her job. I mean, That's why people have a problem, is because she's not doing her job. Has nothing to do with hating her, okay? We loved Obama, and when we found out what Obama was doing, we still don't hate Obama, okay? We just know he never did anything. That's all.
Jasmine Crockett.
There you go. There you go. Couldn't have said it better. Said it right and said exactly how we feel. Jasmine Crockett, you ain't did your job. Jasmine Crockett, you out of a job. And foundational Black Americans, we on our job. What's our job? Delineation, regulation, reparations, separation. Get you all of the above if you stay focused, you stay on code, and you stand next to your certified brother and sister. And that's exactly where we at. Family, enjoy it. Keep on basking. We ruining all these political careers. We knew we'd be right here last week. Last week, we knew the week before, the month before, a year ago. We done went down the list methodically and checked off every single name that has came against FBA. Y'all know, because right here on the Black Alpha Network, we've been putting everybody on that big ass screen, framing it, just so you know who got that victory. See, I want them to know who made them hold that L. I want them to know who's getting all the victories, all the wins. That is us winning. That is them losing. And I'm telling you now, and I'm making a promise, next week, there will be more names on that delineation G checklist. And then the week after that, there's going to be more names. It's going to get to the point, family, where we're going to have a list so good, we're going to have a database. Damn, a list. We're going to have a whole database. And we're going to have some megabytes, some kilobytes, some gigabytes, and some terabytes. And let me tell you what all of them going to say. It's going to say, FBA don't play. And if you F with FBA, you're going to meet your ABK. Karma comes knocking at your door, and then it kicks the door down. And Jasmine Crockett, your door done been kicked down. So while your Democrats don't save you, while your Democrat supremacist allows your conservative supremacists to redistrict a map just to get you, while you picked enemies with the most petty president ever, and now you want us to save you, we're going to tell you the same thing we told the last broken shield. Hail to the no. Because when the dominant society's done with their tools, they break them. And when you see a broken tool, leave them exactly where the hell you found them. So that means we're going to leave Jasmine Crockett right there at Mickey D's, because you got to flee, but you get no help from me. Certified foundational Black Americans, we always win. We always win. There they go. Appreciate the love, y'all. Even when they trying to mess with the live, we come back with another classic. Even when they try to change it up, we end up hitting a home run. And even when we tell the world what we gonna do, they still can't stop it, because we can't stop. I appreciate y'all spending y'all Friday with your boy all the way into Saturday. I'm gonna see y'all back again on Sunday, because we got some boycotts, we got some Zoom meetings, and we got it all. And that's the way we move it, fam. We got it all the above. All we do is win, and we do it with each other, all together. All right, y'all stay good, y'all stay safe, y'all stay vigilant. You rocking with the number one activist on the damn planet, and I got the best family with me. So when you put all that together, y'all, we shining, we moving, and we grinding on them, fam. They know what it is. So I'm loving the energy. I'm loving it. I appreciate it. Classic, I appreciate you. And we're going to have another classic on Sunday, and then we're going to have another classic on Tuesday. And all we're going to do is add more classics. We're going to keep the classics coming, and we're going to keep all the ops running. That sounds like a good trade-off, don't it? Yes, it does. Appreciate y'all. From Black Alpha, #1 activist, certified salute to the team. Y'all stay good. Y'all have a great weekend. I appreciate the love. Always remember that Black is beautiful, and beautiful is always Black. I will see you guys on Sunday. Have a good time. Peace and love. Yes, indeed. Certified salute. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.